So with that, we'll begin with our opening statements, and we'll start with Representative Courtney.
Thank you to Paul, the Day, and Conn College for hosting tonight's debate. I particularly appreciate holding this debate in New London, a city with a rich history, which I believe has a bright future. That's why I've focused so much effort on helping this area over the last 10 years. For example, earlier today, a locomotive drove through a ribbon to kick off the federally funded upgrade of a 100-year-old freight line that my office spearheaded and that will turbo boost the value of the Port of New London. Last year, I worked to get Congress to reverse a law that blocked funding for the Coast Guard Museum, injecting new life into this long overdue project. I helped to secure funds to repair the historic post office and bring new equipment to the city's fire department. And most importantly, as ranking member of the Sea Power Subcommittee, I led the way for revival of submarine work that brings almost 4,000 employees to the old Pfizer building every day. This work was recognized by the U.S. Navy League this year when I was awarded the Sea Service Member of the Year, the first Democrat in 6 years to receive that award, on the heels of last year's recipient, Arizona Senator John McCain. I am honored every day to serve the people of Eastern Connecticut, and I look forward to tonight's debate.
Thank you, Representative Courtney. And just point out for our candidates, our timekeepers on the first row, and you might keep an eye out. They'll warn you again when there's 15 seconds left. Our second opening statement is from the Republican candidate, Daria Novak.
We're heading in the wrong direction, and we've been heading in the wrong direction for a lot of years. You students out there are the first generation that cannot expect to do as well as your parents' generation, and there's a reason for that. Hartford and Washington are imposing all sorts of regulations, high taxation. They're doing the wrong thing to make us more free, more prosperous, to be a good America, a strong America, a leader in this world. The reason I'm running is that we need change. Doing the same thing over and over again doesn't end up with different results. I'm not a career politician. I'm a divorced mom with 2 kids in college, and I've been there with trying to meet the high costs of a college education, to run a small business. So I think that it's a year where we look at it and we say we need reasonable change in Washington, where we work together with both sides of the aisle to come up with the best solutions for America. It's gotten too divisive, and I'm here to say we have to work together. Thank you.
Thank you. And next opening statement from the Green Party candidate, Jonathan Pelto.
I want to, as well, thank the Day and Connecticut College for hosting this event and for including the so-called third-party candidates. I am running as the Green Party candidate because I believe that it's time that we open up the process and ensure that all voices are heard. We know from experience that each generation has this fundamental responsibility to build a better world for their children and the children yet to come. And yet, by every stretch of the imagination and by all of the different characteristics that we measure success by, we're failing in many respects. Economic inequities, poverty, hunger, violence, the failure to deal with climate change, the privatization of public education are all factors that are eating away at our ability to leave our children and future generations with a world that's better than ours. I welcome this opportunity to talk about these issues. As I've said, it's more the chance to say we can and will do better when we allow more voices to be heard, and that's exactly why I'm running for Congress.
Thank you. And Daniel Reale, the Libertarian Party candidate.
I'd like to, join my colleagues in thanking the Day and Connecticut College for having us out. And we live in an exciting time. This is a great opportunity. And the one thing I can say is tonight you're going to hear from one candidate, me, who's made his promises under penalty of perjury. So I can't go back on that. And you're also going to hear from 2 candidates from one party pretending to be 2. And let's face it, we have to realize we in government don't know how to run your life. And the Libertarian Party is the only party that actually believes in you. And you're going to hear about ways we can meaningfully reform healthcare tonight from the Libertarian Party. We're going to hear about tackling the student debt problem for real, not refinancing fraud against students, but actually lifting people out of debt. And we're going to hear about an actual national defense policy about defending America, not everybody else. So I look forward to a good debate.
All right, thank you. I thank all our candidates. With that, we'll begin our question. The first question is to Representative Courtney. Again, everyone will get a minute to answer the question. Everyone will get a chance at each question and I'll allow time for rebuttals as necessary. So the first question from Julia Bergman to Representative Courtney.